Are you there, Marquise?
Hmm.
I'm not quite sure why every time I do the recording, the airplane start and then the reception just go back. But you can hear me now?
Yep.
Okay. Well, welcome back to Raw, everyone. We sorry about that delay. Of course, every time we go live, I'm over a strip. The reception is real bad because of the outgoing and incoming airplanes and near the airport. So, but we welcome back to One on One with Marquise Bryant. I don't know if you all caught episode one with Marquise, but if you haven't, I hope that you would go back and see the first episode because this is just a continuation with my nephew. But anyway, he's talking to me from his dorm room up in Millersville. That's where we
Yep.
at. Okay.
Uh,
Uh, how was your week, sir?
Um. It was good. It was long. It was a long week.
Okay.
Um. But it was overall good.
Okay. Are you settling in and getting hang of it? I noticed like what's this second week?
And no, it's been like a month. No, yeah, it's been like a
Oh,
month.
this.
Hmm?
You went up there in August, or what month did you start?
Yeah. I like
Okay.
August 21st.
Okay. All right then.
Yeah.
Well, in case anyone haven't seen the first episode, we was talking with Marquise about some obstacles and things that in his life that he had to endure and still working through some he have overcome, uh dealing with our fears and just moving on in life and not letting those things that hinders us keep us from exceeding. And he's doing a marvelous job and continuing. So this week we want to continue the conversation of dealing with the fears. And Marquise, I'm gonna let you tell some of it. Of what are some of the obstacles and things that you have and that you were trying to deal with to overcome, and what things have you overcome, and what things are still in progress?
Okay. I would say one of the things is like I feel like I have a little anxiety. I want I don't maybe social anxiety. I don't know if it's social anxiety or not, but like is like when I'm out in public or when I'm doing something is like a bit of a paranoia. I would say is that like someone's watching me or not approving what I'm doing. Um, what I've done to fix that is like more of just going on my way to do stuff that I like to do and to um just I want to say not care, but more care about what I'm feeling and about what I like to do than to let other people or my thoughts affect what I have to do.
Okay. And in doing that, um, is it some days good, some days bad, or uh, is it a challenge to even work through those things?
Yeah, of course. Especially when you have insecurities, there's always good days and bad days. Um,
Mhm.
you try to move forward and improve your life.
Okay. Have you been this way all your life, or there's something like what age did you notice that this was a problem, or does it have just been this is just who Marquise is?
Um, I think it probably started a couple years ago.
A couple years.
Probably from going into high school. Um,
Okay.
I think before that I had like a lot of friends. Like I've known like the people I went to middle school with. Like it was from first grade to eighth grade, so it was like a long time with the same amount of people. Then
Okay.
going to a bigger place with more people and different types of people, it definitely changed the way I think about stuff and the way I react.
Okay. So for those of you who are watching this and not familiar with his the first episode, his story, uh, Marquise deals with stuttering. He deals with um, uh, what else? I know the stuttering. What else that you dealt with like coming up
No,
that was
it's just the way that the anxiety. I wouldn't say it's anxiety. I think more of it's paranoia. Um, I tried. I hide it well. I tried. Um, I appear confident around other people. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much.
okay?
That's
So he's saying that he's been through one school from first grade all the way to eighth grade, so he got to know the people. That was like almost a family that's being there that long. So then on his transition to high school, um, this was a new set of people or a new set of things that he had to go through to deal with the anxiety, the paranoia. He's working through it. And the good part about this, last week when we sat down, I didn't know all this. Like, I know my nephew, but I didn't know that he was dealing with all of this. So I asked him, I said, well, why did you come on the program? Why did you come on this uh, episode if that's how you feel? And he said to me, I'm trying to deal and face my fears. So that made me feel a little better because I was feeling some sort of way like, if I'd known this, I wouldn't have asked him to come on to talk to me. But I've always been interested in hearing his story or just talking with him, but I didn't know all that. So he caught me off guard. But I'm glad that he felt comfortable enough to talk with me. And so we're just going to continue this. And we made a vow to each other that we would do this often, just have some one on ones and where we can share with the world and others who might be going through the same thing and letting them know how here's a young man that is dealing with these things, but he chose and he is choosing to face it head on. And that I'm so proud. So not only did he make it out of high school, he went to Catholic school all his life. Now he's in his first semester at college. And let's remind the people, what are you studying again? What you doing?
other computer science.
Computer science.
Yeah.
Because why did Marquise choose that?
Um, I think I chose it. I think it was kind of hard to find a major and what I wanted to do. First it was like I wanted to be a doctor. I,
Oh,
my dad's a nurse and my mom's a social worker, so it was like I felt comfortable being that, but also it's gonna take a long time, and I didn't, I didn't really think it through, so I didn't end up being that. Then it was just I like games and stuff. I like to play all types of games. So I
hmm
plan on to be like a gaming a developer, like a person who makes the code and stuff for games. That's what I want to do.
oh,
Yeah,
okay.
and I also thought being a cook. That's also uh, uh, like if this doesn't work out, this is gonna be like my backup plan. I love to cook. I love to do stuff like that.
I remember you saying that and just realizing that in our uh, DNA, it's a lot of cooks. So maybe it fell on you too to and I don't know if it's about um, actually making dishes or creating or just love serving people or is it both? You know, but sometimes your creation you love to share your creation with others. So do you think it's a combination? I know you love to cook, but is it just making dishes or you making dishes and to share with others?
Um, I I think it is a bit of both. It's just
Okay.
that the way that my parents raised me, I'm so caring and giving that
Hmm.
it just is a part of my personality. So yeah,
Okay. Okay. That's a good thing. Great. I'm waiting to taste the dishes.
yeah.
So even if
I'm
you don't, even if you don't choose that. I mean, you make it in what you pick, but you can still cook on the side.
I made steak and mashed potatoes yesterday.
Okay, so we discussed this last week that when you cook, that I'm supposed to get a call so I can be the taster. I didn't receive a call that was going on.
I
Uh,
can't. There's too much going on. It was late at night, but
I was just joking with you.
we should do a show of us of, of
In
us
the
making
kitchen.
yeah making a meal and then like making like a podcast type thing. Like we talk
Okay,
and make food. Yeah,
you got it. Well, you're saying that, but I didn't talk to you about it. But that's something I know. You know, cousin Tierra, your cousin Tierra. She's in the
mhm.
cooking too, and we had discussed this about her coming up to film me in the kitchen. So we I think all of us thinking on the same page is just continue sharing what we know and what we do and just have fun. So you're on. I don't know what date or I'll find out what your schedule is and see meal that we're gonna prepare. I'll let you prepare, film you, and so we just have some fun in doing it. I know schoolwork is heavy, but we'll take one Saturday or whatever it is that you off and don't have so heavy, and we're gonna make that happen.
Yep. Okay.
Okay. So let me get back to been there since August, so it's going over a month. In dealing with you dealing with, trying to face your fears up there, do you feel within the month? I know that's it's probably a short time compared to how you dealt with it all for a while. How do you feel facing it in a new place, knowing
Um,
nobody? Just yeah.
I would say it's hard. Um, Especially because I think like having the stutter is like it affects my personality a lot. And that like I know I like to make jokes. I'm think I'm funny. I make jokes stuff like that. And sometimes like when it's a bad day, I just don't want to talk. It's just like it affects my way of making friends and like that. And
Mhm.
just trying to communicate sometimes how to express myself. It changes a lot.
So, like somebody who don't know you, I'm just gonna make a scenario. You just um, coming into a new school. Nobody knows Marquise, and Marquise has a stuttering problem. When you meet someone, is do you say that like I stutter, and then, or you just happen to stutter and they just find out by you talking.
I don't know some people, um, but like I'm sure they find out eventually. I think for me is that like it's too embarrassing on my part. Um,
To say it.
yeah,
Oh, so
like
you would
it.
rather people to find out once you start talking.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. Like
So,
a lot of people don't understand. So
mhm,
I like now I'm recently like I have to explain it. Sometimes people don't understand that it's a lot, or they think that I'm nervous or like upset in a way. Is like that I know that too. Like people thinking I'm nervous, and
mhm.
it's like it's never that because like I don't I don't get nervous a lot, especially when I'm talking to people. I don't get nervous. Is
It's
just
just
that.
that.
Yeah.
Okay. So, see, now I'm thinking from the other end because I don't have that problem. So I've been picked at and bullied before. So my my thing was to tell you first that I had a problem. I mean, maybe this don't even make sense. Like, say, like if I'm nervous and talking, and I'm in a class. So the first thing I'll say that they call on me, I say, "Well, I'm scared I'm nervous about talking in front of people. I'll let you know up front already what the problem is. I might still do it, but at least you know. So you're saying that you just go ahead and just be do that, and then they just find out afterwards.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Because I got bullied a lot, so I was trying to find ways to cope with it or say it first before they start laughing at me or before they start making fun of not understand. I'll tell you first what the issue is. So I guess each person had to deal with theirs the way they can handle it. Okay, that's interesting. Okay. So, like, do you do a lot of social talking or social classes, like where you have to do a lot of talking now that in college? Like, do
Um.
you have like some of your classes is talking with each other or talking with people?
Like I'm saying that I have at a speech class, so I have to give speeches and stuff. Um,
Hmm.
I'm naturally a social person, so I talk. So I talk to people around me. Um, like a couple of my classes, I do need to talk to people and do that in
Okay.
presence and talk in front of the class.
Hmm.
It's just some days are bad, some days are good. It's-
Okay. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. So, what else are you facing? What else? What other fears are you um, trying to conquer or doing it because you just want to get a hold? Is some more things? I know the paranoia, anxiety, that stuff. How do you face that? How do you what's your remedy for that? Like how you facing that?
the thing is just accepting myself, just that understanding that some things I can't change, some things I can change, and I have to work at it and be better towards it,
Hmm.
and um, that I need to understand too that people not always going to understand, and that it's okay not to be liked or in that way. I struggled that for a long time, wanted to be liked. I would say stuff that I didn't agree with,
Hmm.
or would say that I like something or I know something that I don't to make people like me, and I realize like is allowing people around me that I am not um close with, or no.
Okay. So what you would tell someone is that you have to first have confidence in yourself and love yourself.
um yeah, I think that's a big part, and just uh, having being brave and having confidence to,
Confidence.
like to be yourself and then do stuff.
Okay.
I've still fallen to the tendencies of like not being confident in myself and not doing what I need to do because somebody's there, somebody's gonna say something, and it's like that
So,
stops it.
so that battle is within you. Like you don't even know if they're gonna say something. Like you think that already before they even do it.
Yeah, it
Okay.
just it comes with experience that
Uh-huh.
you know like when you're around that a lot, around that negative energy a lot, is like you think everybody
Mhm.
out to get you and everybody is has an ulterior motive against you.
Okay. Okay. So in the past, Marquise, did you tend to because I'm saying this because we're dealing with, I know it's your story, but we're telling the story from the beginning through the middle that it would have a end. I don't know if
Uh,
you're going out again. That's some
you asked it again. I mean, I didn't quite hear it.
No, I'm saying asking you a question because we are helping others that might have the same issue.
Hmm.
You're brave enough to tell your story from the beginning through the process, and hopefully at the end we'll have a overcome report that I made it past. Right now we're in the middle. We're in the process. You working it out. So what I'm asking for someone who's watching this and haven't got to the point where you're at, looking back, what would the Marquise in seventh grade would have done different? But what he know today, what would he had done probably fifth grade to seventh grade in that period where you knew the people for 8 years,
Yeah.
first grade to second grade, eighth grade. So what would the Marquise today say? What could he have worked on back then?
If I had the same knowledge now,
Hmm.
I would be more myself, more accepting of myself, of
Hmm.
not having to hide it or be not being normal. Um, that like is it. I would rather have no friends at the end of the day than have people around me who want to see me fall, want to see my downfall. It's
Hmm.
if I was back then, it would be more of having something to be focused on.
Okay.
Um, just not letting people tear me down is is just having confidence in myself and working on it sooner
Hmm.
than now.
Okay. Now, is there um, classes or something that people can do to help, like, say, people who have fear, paranoia, or anxiety, uh, even to the speech classes and stuff? Is there something that people can do early on to help what they are going through?
Um, like for
Let me tell you what something that I mean. Okay, so I told you I had a fear. I had a that me and your grandmother and your auntie, all of us sing, right?
mm,
I had a fear even coming up in life of standing in front of people. I would be hiding behind the curtain. Anything that I found, I would be in the back of the, like if it's a choir, I would get all the way in the back so I can't be seen as a. But if I knew then what I know now, I didn't know there was classes to help that. I went through a whole lot of stuff unnecessary, I think, that could have really built my confidence up, built me up for self-esteem class, whatever that I needed. I didn't know at the time. So I went through a lot. I think that if I knew now, what I know now, if I had known that back then, I could have been better off. So that's what I'm asking. Do you think it's something you could tell someone, even though you went through it, what could you say to that person that was the Marquise back there that you would do different?
I'm not sure about other classes,
Uh
but
huh.
um, I would just say that to just accept it. Like if I stutter, I stutter. It is what it is, and it's like you can't change it. I know a lot of people will
Okay.
say like just slow it down, but it's not. It don't work for everybody. It's different for everybody. So
Okay.
just be yourself and
Just be okay.
be confident in what you have, and if you don't like something that you can change, just work on it. It's a
Mhm.
journey, and I realize that God has a plan for all of us. So we just have to go
Okay.
down the path.
Okay. I had a. I love sports, and one of my favorite sports was basketball. I'm talking about playing and not looking at it. I love to play basketball, but I had a height problem. Most people that play, sports, they kind of have some height, you know, tall. And I used to have people say, "You too short. You too short to play basketball." And it made me feel so bad because I mean, it's like, okay, what did that have to do with anything? Because I could move. I didn't have to jump. I created. So I remember practicing. I remember going to the basketball court or even in our backyard, and I was just practice doing stuff that make up for not having the height. And I became good at it. I became a passer. I became a assist. I could do other things. So sometimes, even though we have things that might even and accepted it, I accepted that I was short, but I came up with other ways to make up for that. So I think that's what I hear you saying. Just accept it, be okay. Some people might could slow it down and get their words out. Some people want just accept this is my life, this is who I am, and be okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So I hope everybody is hearing this. It doesn't matter what your journey is. There's always a way out because it starts with your thinking. It starts with accepting yourself. It starts with how you think about yourself, not what others think. And sometimes that's hard if you don't have nobody who went before you to look back and come back and say, I went through the same thing and here I'm telling you. So as I told you last week, I'm proud of you and I'm thanking you for embracing this with me and talking and hopefully in sharing this videos that someone would say, that's me and thank you. Or I can do it because Marquise did. But and look where he's sitting. He didn't let that stop him because he had obstacles. Because obstacles can be um, there, but you can get over them.
Yeah.
It's just a mindset. So I'm gonna let Marquise tell me something that he wants to tell me. I'm asking all these questions, but there's something got to be in Marquise that Marquise want to tell somebody who's listening or looking. Whatever you feel, it don't have to be nothing. It just talk to the people of
I don't
yeah,
know.
Marquise, and I got this and that, but look at me. Tell them about what you like. You like music, you play ball. I mean, what all you do?
Um, I like music. I don't. I like listening to it. It like it helps me with just mentally. I would say I like music. I do like sports, but I want to say I am passionate about it. A lot of people are passionate about sports and it's their whole life. I just feel like um, I can go with and without it. It's not and I
Okay, so gotcha.
I play soccer for a long time. Um, I was passionate about that. I just lost the passion for it. It's just like other things make me happy. I don't have to be an athlete to be joy. I love hanging out with my friends and
Hmm.
um,
Wait a minute. Let me back up for 1 minute. You said you lost the passion for soccer. Was that a reason, or you just grew out of it? What that mean?
um
Why
I
did you
don't
lose passion?
say you like so I stopped playing soccer because of COVID. So COVID
Okay,
happened. Stopped playing soccer. I just never got back into it.
got back into. Okay, gotcha. Okay, all right.
Yeah, and then it was high school started. It was high school started, and then it went from I'm gonna wait because I'm starting a new school. I wanna get used to it, and then it turned into I don't want to go back.
Okay, okay, fair enough. Yeah. I thought maybe it was something else, but that's understandable right there. Um, I had a passion for music all my life, not just listen to it. I love playing it. I love creating. But I understand when you say you lose passion for something because of what I like. I didn't just like music. I like certain type of music. I like creating, um, and I didn't know at the time that there was people with like minds that I could have got with them and probably would have furthered my passion and what I was doing. But I always tried to stick with family and where what I thought and what I was feeling in music, that's not what they felt. So sometimes I hear what you said that to be yourself, If it's not a passion, then you got to think, am I just doing it just to please somebody, going against who I am? So I heard you say it several times, try to fit in, try to, some things I ain't even like, but I just went along with it just to fit in. I I need you just to speak just a little bit more on what does it cost a person or someone to just want to fit in when it's not serving you?
It felt like it cost me everything. I felt like a liar for a long time, and you know, trying to keep track of all the lies is just it's too much, and it started to turn me into a constant liar with everything and everyone just lying and lying and lying. Sometimes lying not to get in trouble. Sometimes lying just to fit in. And it it made my personality unrecognizable,
Wow,
unable to know what is real and what is fake. What I've made up. What have it took a long time to just let go.
wow, wow, wow. One of my brothers, your uncle Alan, told me one time about addiction, and he was saying it doesn't matter what your addiction is. Everybody can share that story if they have an addiction. So yours might have been trying to please people, and you did this. I still have an addiction trying to please people and not do this. So addiction is addiction, or whatever that thing is, and that's what we're speaking to today with people. You might not have anxiety, or you might not have paranoia, you might not uh, be a people pleaser, but if you're doing things that is not serving you, or just to fit in, or just to get along, that's not good all the time. And it takes away, it not only takes away from who you are, it takes time for you to go back, because that's time you're missing from being who you are.
Yeah,
So so those of you who are listening, I'm hoping that this piece is helping you, that it comes a time that you just have to reach down deep and find something for yourself. Believe in you. Find the confidence, whatever it is, you know, uh, is important to be who you are. Whatever that is and whoever you are, just be authentic to who you are. Fitting in all the time, you'll miss your uniqueness, because you are unique. Everyone, I think, have a uniqueness. Now, it might not be like the next person, but that's the problem with the world today. Everybody's trying to be like each other or be the same, but you're different. Bring who you are to the table. Let's try to mesh and feel it. I don't want to be a clone. And sometimes we go through that because of our issues, things. So I'm going to be quiet again. Every time you say something, it just make me go down another, because this is helping me as well. I'm sitting on this podcast today because I'm facing fears. I, I, I don't do it like nobody else. I might not have the vocabulary like nobody else. I don't have the speech, how somebody else, because I dreaded that of looking at other podcasts and looking at other how people speak and something. And I'm like, I can't do that because I don't do that. But I said, who are you? Who are you, Jackie? Just be yourself. So just doing this, I'm facing a fear, because that always bothered me. I don't talk like this one. Oh, I can't say it like this. I can't do. Well, I'm feeling good by just being who I am. So together we can do it together to help someone who have these same issues, because a lot of people don't make it out and they go into a shell. And I realized I had a lot of friends and stuff. When they can't cope, it turns into drug use. It turns into prostitution. It turns into counting on people for, and it'll lead you down a path that you didn't even want to go, all because you didn't have confidence in who you are. So you, as in my nephew word said, he's facing it. So we just have to, some things we just have to face. It don't change, but we're facing it. So I'm gonna let you go ahead again.
Um,
No, the last time we talked, you said you had something that you want to share, but I think you don't forgot what
yeah,
And I didn't. We got to write stuff down so we can remember from Saturday to Saturday, whatever we're gonna come on. That because something that, because I believe whatever you have to share is important. So
well, I'll
help.
just say that I think I just found something that I'm passionate about. You know, cooking. I think it helps me just have fun and then enjoy myself. Just trying to make something out of nothing, I would say, and
Mhm.
I think I think that's what has make me improve. Also, having a support, um, like your family, your friends,
Mhm.
and and people around you. It, it definitely helps. Um, mm,
Now I want to say, I want to ask you something. I don't know. I don't even know if this tie in, but I'm gonna ask. So your grandmother on your dad's side, which happened to be my sister.
mm,
So she had a stroke about had a stroke a couple of years ago. So even speaking to a situation where, how would you talk to your grandmother about getting over an obstacle or something that happened, but it's not the end?
um,
What would be your word, or it because I think it comes up under the same thing. You're still dealing with something with the mindset. What would you say to your grandmother or someone who maybe suffered something in their life that maybe they wasn't born with it? Like, you said you studied all your life, but maybe someone who just come something just happened to them, or they didn't have that all their life. What could you speak to getting over, or what? You had to stay in that
um,
condition.
I would just say that it's a process that is also a journey that you don't have to go down, but if you want your life to be back to normal or just a better in life, you have to work for it. It's a lot of things in life uh, are not given to you, and that if some of this happens, I wouldn't say it happens for a reason. It's just like you don't know at the time. It can be something that helps your mind grow, help your body grow.
Hmm.
Um, you just gotta work at it, and and if you give up, that's not. It doesn't make your life better. It just it keeps you down and keeps you where you at, and there's no way of growing or doing better in life if you give up. And if you want a life that's a better for yourself, you can't give up.
Okay. So is the mindset is important then?
I think the mindset is everywhere. I think that's where it starts
Mhm.
and where it ends. If you have the mindset to do something, it can get done any way possible. Um, is is where it starts. Um, if you don't have the mindset, it's never going to happen.
Was there any time in your life that you didn't have the mindset?
Um, I feel like I always had the mindset. It's just sometimes you get blinded. It
Okay.
um it's just a day to day. You stuff happens and you have to keep on going. I feel
Hmm.
like I always had that mindset. I just sometimes I didn't deal with the emotions that I had. I just I kept on going. It was the next thing. It was the next assignment. It was the next text. It was the next project. It was just whatever was next. It was next.
Okay. So you wasn't, would you call that not dealing with it, or that's what helped you to keep on going? It did help you to keep on going, even though you weren't dealing with it.
Um, I think it was the emotions I didn't do. It was the work and what I had to do was a distraction to what
Okay.
was really going on.
Hmm.
I just I kept on going and not, I guess, addressing what was wrong.
Okay. But I, yeah, I understand what you're saying, but and let me ask you, did that help to not, even though you wasn't addressing it, what if you would have stopped and just gave up? Some people, even though they're not addressing it, they just give up. Like, you kept on going to the next project. I know this project is worse, or that probably is not good, but at least you kept it moving till you can come back to address. Some people don't address what's going on, and then they just give up. That's when you had the suicide. That's when you have people going into different things, but they don't even keep on going to nothing, not even to the next thing. They just just give up.
Yeah, it all goes back to the mindset thing.
Right.
Is that some people just have a low mindset um and they think that it is never going to get a better. I think that for me it was always I was looking in the future and what I I'm able to grab and get in
Okay.
and and get to that point. Even if I wasn't getting there right now, I know that I could. It just the
You never gave up. It just wasn't right now, but you never gave up hope.
yeah.
Okay. See my hat?
Yes, I see it.
That's what it says. Hope. Hope. I bought this hat about a couple of years ago at one of my low points. I saw it every time. It reminds me that no matter what's going on, there's still hope. Keep moving, even if you don't understand. I, I, I don't know if I told you this, but I know I have told my story plenty of time of when I went into the military, and boot camp was 13 weeks of training before, you had to go, everyone who goes in the military had to go through training. One of my mate committed suicide,
Yeah,
and I think it was the 8th week, 7th week. She couldn't deal with being away from her kid, but she had a daughter. But she knew coming in that it would just be 13 weeks and they could be back together. You just had to get through the 13 weeks. But she couldn't see the future. She couldn't just hold out and have hope that it's going to happen. You'll be back with your daughter. And I think ever since then, that had made me always believe that even if I don't feel it, keep going. And it started like we was talking about your mind. Once you lose your mind, or don't, if you give up hope in your mind, it's over. I know some things are real bad. It's real bad, but if you could just hold on to something and believe that it can get better, it'll keep you pushing, even if you ain't working toward what you need to work. But you're still here. She's not here. Her daughter is motherless because she couldn't get the point that you in your 7th week. You don't have a six more to go. They used to talk to all the time. We can do it. We're gonna be all right. Try it, whatever you gotta do. But I found her one morning in the bathroom. She had hung herself. like she just couldn't deal with it. So I don't know if something else was going on besides the daughter or why you couldn't keep pushing. But I've always thought about if you just have the mind to hold, if you don't lose hope in your mind, don't give up. Don't give up that mentally. I don't even know if it's the right word, but don't give up on yourself, even if you can't see it. Keep moving. I don't care if you're working at something that don't even make sense. At least you're moving. But when you just I give up and your mind give up and you're not doing anything, I think that's a bad state. And I just say that to someone. It don't matter how bad it look or how ugly it look. If you can picture, if you can just for a better day, keep put one foot in front of the other, one day at a time. Sometimes you got to take 1 minute at a time, 1 hour at a time, 1 second. It doesn't matter. Just don't give up. Talking to a brother on the line here with Marquise that it could have been enough. I know people in this same situation. It would come up. People pick at you, and people these days, you know what they're doing now. They carrying weapons just because if you pick at somebody and they can't deal with it, tragedy can happen. And it's all because somebody got an issue, somebody have something that is a little different than somebody else, and people pick with them, or and then they get weak minded and can't deal with it. Then you have the things that we see today. Because I'm pretty sure some of these people that's doing that is probably because of something that they just couldn't take it no more. What you think to that? Just keep going.
Yeah, pretty much. Um, I always I always think that it can always get a better. Um,
Hmm.
if you work at something, if you have a determination to get something done, it can always get better. And it just is again is about the mindset. Is about um, the understanding that it's part of life. Life um, it goes down, it comes back up. It's always an up and down, and you gotta trust that it's a good plan. It's a good path that you're on, and um, it's it's good to understand that bad things are going to happen. It's about how you respond to the bad things and how you move forward as a person.
I'm going to say one more thing. I'm going to let you go. I know you got work to do. Uh, I want to ask you how important. I heard you say this earlier, and you said it on the last podcast. Can you tell people how important it is to have a support system? How important it is to find someone to talk to or have someone, uh, whatever that is, that you don't feel alone, that you don't be alone, even though you're feeling alone. But what you had a support system, but there's some people probably don't have. What would you say to a person about the support system or finding ways to talk or get it out?
Um, I would say that um, it's always good. It's always when someone truly cares about you, they will push you because they know that it's better. It's better for you. My parents have always pushed me to be a better than them and better as a person. Um, even if I've done things, they've always stuck by me. And I appreciate that, and it always made me think that it's it's gonna get. I'm gonna be a better person. Is
Hmm.
that that if someone is there for you, It's it's and even if somebody's not there for you, it's okay to cry it out. Crying out always, I said that last time. Crying out always helps you feel make helps you feel less like I let it
Mhm.
out. It makes you think more clearly about something.
Mhm.
Um, that's what I would say. It's just like even if you don't have a support system, it's
Mhm.
again it's about the mindset um, that is always going to get a better for yourself. It's and be kind. Don't you the kindness around the world will uplift yourself and the other person. Being having understanding, being kind, always helps you uplift and make yourself a better person, and has your soul be better. It makes your mind way better. It um you don't understand what someone is going through and you don't know, and is also being a support system for somebody else and have it be a back and forth listening to each other. It's also about just being open, being out there and being supportive for somebody else, and hopefully we can do that in return.